Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Shireen. Guys, welcome back guys. So if this is your first time here, thank you for joining. Thanks for subscribing. This video is called The Revenge of the Sussex, guys. So I will be talking about Harry and Meghan today, and the reason why I'm talking about them is because of their 6-series documentary on Netflix. They have 2 movie trailer out. You can go look at them, guys. Yes, this video is going to be explosive, I think, because they will give you a rare look into their life, guys. Life as a prince and a princess. Yes, guys, we all want to know what takes place in Buckingham Palace. I believe these documentaries is going to be a blockbuster movie. It's going to be a royal scandal. It's going to be a bombshell, guys. And most importantly, it's going to be their own narrative, guys. Yes, their own narrative. They get to tell their story from their perspective without any interference. So have your drink and popcorn ready so that you can watch it. So I believe this is it. Meghan is going to tell it all. I will be reviewing a audio, and then we can discuss. We have discussion. But before I do that, I want to talk about, is this a perfect time for Harry and Meghan to release their documentary? Well, my thoughts are yes, I believe it's a great time for them to release their documentary. The Queen is dead, right? Because everybody is so protective of the Queen, especially when there are so many unanswered questions. Kate and Williams came to America, and I love the fact that Harry and Meghan released the movie trailer right there and then. That was strategic. I love it. It was awesome the way they did it, because you can't expect to come into other people's backyard and take all the fame, right? They put them in their place. They said, okay, you're coming to America. We are going to release our movie trailer, because that was the right thing to do, I thought. It was strategic, right? Yes, no, that is not acceptable. Not at all. I also want to talk about William and Harry. The relationship between them. I am saddened the fact that the relationship between them had gone sour. Yes, it has gone sour. I mean, they're brothers. They should put their differences aside and, treat each other with respect. I believe that wholeheartedly. Their mother would be turning in their grave if you know how distant they have become. And I also think that Harry felt that he has lived his whole life in the shadow of William, and he shouldn't have to. So that is why I thought that they moved to California, because they want a new start. They want a fresh start. They want to have their own identity, and nothing is wrong with that. I think they want to keep Harry compact, and I don't blame Harry for wanting to be out of that whole mess there in Buckingham Palace. He's his own man. He can do whatever he wants. The 2 sister-in-law should get together, because I think young people, they can make miracle together, right? They can be a force to be reckoned with. Instead of grudging each other, instead of having all these jealousy. Yeah, I think they do have jealousy. Now, Harry and Meghan wanted a life of service. Yes, they did. And for some reasons, they were not given a chance to fulfill that destiny, because I felt like their destiny was controlled. When they first got married, they were doing their senior duties, and then afterwards they said, okay, we want to step down. And after they said that they want to step down, the Queen says that, okay, if you're going to step down from senior royal, then she stripped them off their duties, the rest of their duties, which I think was inconsiderate and shouldn't have done. Reason being is because these couple, they just got married, they just find each other, they need time for themselves, right? Nothing is wrong with that. I thought that that was great. You don't want to, when you start out a marriage, you don't want to put so much stress on a marriage just to begin with. You want to enjoy your spouse and your partner. You want to enjoy, you want to live free for a while. You want to plan, you want to have children, and so on and so forth. So I didn't thought that that was such a big deal for them wanting to step down. And now that they strip them of the rest of their duty, then there comes a problem. And then also there was an issue with privacy. They wanted privacy, right? How was they supposed to get privacy? So they asked for privacy from the press in England, and they refused to, right? And when they say they need privacy, it has to do with they want to control what goes out to the press, not Buckingham Palace controlling everything they do or whatever goes out, right? They want their own narrative. They want to tell their own story. They want to speak on their own terms. And nothing is wrong with that, because if you're an individual, you need to have your own voice. Each individual needs to have their own voice, right? They need to have their own voice. And if you can't speak on your own or have your own voice, what the sense? Somebody's controlling your every move, right? I know that's the rule of the Buckingham Palace, but guess what? Time has changed. We are in a different time. These are young people we're talking about. Nobody is going to have anybody evade them privacy in such a manner. No, not at all, right? You can't. And also, they didn't say that they didn't want to be in the public eye, right? I heard a lot of people saying, okay, if you want privacy, that means you don't want to be in the public eye. No, they never did say that. They didn't say that they didn't want to be in the public eye. What they said that is that they are going to step down from senior royal duty, right? Because, as I said before, because they want a life that they control. Not somebody control them. They want to make the decision what goes out and what comes in, and how people see them or view them. They want to control their narrative. They want to control their life. Nothing is wrong with that. And the statement that went out says that they could not continue their responsibility and duty. That's not what they said. They said that they want to step down from senior royal duty, and then Buckingham Palace put out a statement saying that they could not continue their responsibility, which was absolutely false. And then them stripped them of the rest of their duty. That was very humiliating for them. They just go in there, just got married, they want to step down from royal duty, and then all of a sudden, boom. No, if you can't do senior royal duty, you can't do anything. So we're going to strip you of the rest of your duty. That is so unfair. So unfair. Those people have been through a lot. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be listening to the audio now.
Whose revenge against whom and why?
Well, clearly it's the revenge of the Sussexes against Charles and William and Kate, and to some extent even the Queen. They felt they hadn't been given the celebrity they sought, and have set up an alternative headquarters in California.
And so you think really the offence against the Sussexes that they feel themselves is that they were denied the celebrity they wanted. I mean, that's a pretty third-rate reason for revenge against the royal family, isn't it?
Well, that's the quality of the people you're talking about. I mean, Meghan clearly, in my view, never intended to stay in Britain for long. She saw the royal appointment becoming Duchess as a...
Okay. This guy is so uneducated when it comes on to what Meghan want and what Harry want. First of all, Meghan was already established, right? She's educated. She have everything going for her, right? She is an entrepreneur and she's an activist, right? She was already in Hollywood. People know her. So she was a woman of her right. She was already a marketable household name, right? So she didn't need Harry to make her more famous than what she had. She was famous, yes, and I agree, with Harry comes responsibility, and she was willing to take on that role because she went to Buckingham Palace with an open heart, guys. She wanted to do it. She wanted to be that princess, and nothing is wrong with that. So for this guy to say that she wanted to be the star, she didn't want to be the star. She didn't want to be the queen. Not at all. I don't believe that she wanted to be the queen. So for him to say that, it is false. The life that the queen portray, it's not fun. I don't know who wants to be the queen. Anyway, let us move on.
Stepping stone to what she called her next chapter in her life. She would have stayed if she could have taken the star role, but she constantly felt frustrated that the Queen was the star and she was supporting cast. And I don't think she enjoyed living in Kensington Palace. After all, she only had 2 bedrooms, and across the corridor, Kate and William had a 22-room flat and 2 kitchens. It was just unequal for her, and she couldn't understand why Harry didn't have more money and wasn't in line for the throne in a way in which she could become.
Let us stick a pin here. I don't know if his story is accurate, but let us just go by what he's saying. He's saying that Harry and Meghan were given a 2-bedroom flat, while Kate had a 22 flat. Now, of course, that was unequal. Unequal in every way. It was unequal and also disrespectful. Why I think it is disrespectful? Because, come on. Couple just got married. They wanted to start a life. And so, all that millions and millions of dollars in Buckingham Palace, you want to tell me they give them only a 2-bedrooms suite, and across the corridor, Kate and William have a 22 flat? That don't make sense to me. That is shameful and disgraceful. I would have taken myself, go back to California and live in my little box. Why would I move to the Buckingham Palace to go live in a box? That don't make sense. That is just drama. That is just disrespectful. That is just unfair treatment to the extent. And I'm wondering if he knows what he's talking about, because there you have it. That is why she had to run away, because of these treatment, these subtle little aggressive treatment that she has been receiving. They never welcome her. How can you welcome her and put her in a one like a 2-bed, one like a piece of no, man, this is you know what that does to a person when a person have to live with the fact that other people are treated differently. You know what it does to her morale? You know what it does to her? It can cause mental health issues. And that is why she chose her health and went back to California, because she thought that was disrespectful to the core. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely not. I would never stay there under those circumstances. Now, I don't care if William and Kate going to be the next queen or king. Never. I wouldn't put myself under those humiliation just for what? To say I'm princess? That is not how princess live. That is not what the story we heard that princess live like. No, it is false. Let us continue.
The Queen, so she was disappointed to say the least, and got out as fast as she could.
Why did you want to make this documentary?
When the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
Exactly. When the stake is that high, who the story should come from? The horse's mouth. Right? The horse's mouth. Now, absolutely, I want to hear the story. A lot of people want to hear all the gossip. We all want to hear the true gossip, her gossip. We want to hear it from her mouth, from the horse's mouth. Of course. What I do understand, that Meghan is a very powerful woman, and some of us don't even know it. Because, listen, she's a black girl from California, right? Who them claim she's Hollywood, and she's dramatic, and she's whining and she's a narcissist. But this woman, Meghan Markle, she's very powerful because guess what? She have everybody running up and down. Them have to go get the best PR team when this Bombshell interview drop. Yes, them have to go get the best PR team when this Bombshell documentary drop. You see how she have everybody run up and down? This Buckingham Palace exists before I was born, before she was born, for generation and generation. And look there, a little black woman come from Compton. That's what they said, you know. They said that she come from Compton, and then she come from Compton, coming in at the royal life, and she had disturbed them. She giving them a run for their money. Look at that. Look at that. That is history. It's in itself. Yeah, that is history in itself. So you take note. A black woman. That is how powerful that woman is. Let us move on.
From reading your book, I was struck that this is really very serious, that this represents a big peril for the royal family, because in particular the accusation against the royal family, which I think you in your book consider to be unjustified, that it is racist, is extraordinarily damaging in the United States and by extension in the Caribbean and of course throughout Africa. Let's face it, it's not a good look anywhere in the world. And that was the impression I got from your book, that you think really this is pretty serious stuff for the royal family.
I do, and I fear that the Netflix documentary and then obviously the book is going to cause even more damage, and it needs leadership. It needs leadership from King Charles, because at some stage he is going to have to draw a line and say the Sussexes have really gone too far in their...
Okay, let us stick a pin here. He did mention something about racism. And let me educate you who Lady Susan Hussey is. Lady Susan Hussey is William godmother. And for William godmother to make such a statement to a black woman who went to a charity event that Camilla put on is outrageous. What she asked the woman? She asked the woman, you know, where are you from? And when the lady danced around the question,